Update the items you purchased 10 years ago with today's latest products. That will have a positive impact on the economy. Air conditioners, refrigerators, digital televisions. I created a system of eco-points for these types of goods.
The dangers of chemistry. In 2008, in the United States alone, what could be more important to the field of chemistry than some understanding of mechanistic toxicology of what makes materials hazardous?
Green chemistry fits very well into industry. University of Technology was so underdeveloped compared to kilograms of sample that they can actually put into their processes and examine.
Mercury legislation has been sort of this on-again, off-again thing. I have the luxury in this portfolio of this notion of thinking about integration. So when I talk about BPA exposure, I mean, it could mean one thing.
But the way color photography works is it combined yellow, magenta, and cyan, and it was forming on the tabletop. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I take my molecular tweezers and go from ethyl to methyl.
The sunlight is measured in 10-minute intervals. Using existing space on the tops of buildings will be quite efficient. There will be more cases of such megasolar installations going forward.
Of all the types of energy included in sunlight, we are looking for ways to better use heat. This is a chart of solar heat use. We used a new type of glass in our solar heat collector.
We are continuing our tests. In regard to solar power generators in use and development by overseas manufacturers, we did not find evidence that they were paying much attention to the domestic Japanese market.
Of the entire spectrum, we looked at sunlight, so only about 10 to 12% of the spectrum. We are using a brand new technology, so there are no standards yet, and we'll have to work to make one. I think how we go about doing this will be an interesting topic for future discussion.
Looking at seismic energy, solar heat, and light. We thought it would be a good concept to look at energy production that was virtually imperceptible. Energy generation technologies have really progressed.
Harvesting systems are used to store energy from very small quantities of electricity. We've been able to make maximum use of the electricity with this system. The sequencer and other tools can be managed via an online application.
This presentation is about thin-film thermoelectric devices and environmentally friendly power generation products. The energy efficiency is very high. Well, if you are talking about the case where you've caused a problem.
For example, if you want to recycle your old TV, you have to send the glass to a special factory in China. We are also engaged in activities around smart grids and smart communities. If you are sourcing globally, then you have to compete on speed.
University ventures and their cultivation. It's not about not throwing things away, it's about finding new and additional uses for things. That is the challenge.
In a way, it took us years to really start speaking the same language. We do everything from the planning for manufacturing to actual production consultation. The 21st century will be a century for Japan to strengthen its life science skills.
I was obsessed with motorcycles, so that is why I joined Kawasaki. I wanted to make bikes. With people whose individual wealth is greater than some countries, they can really change the world. Innovation is now critical for company manufacturing and new product development.
So how will the results of all the research happening worldwide start to help society? We are looking for ways that SMEs can participate. Japanese companies enjoy higher reliability and trust than those of other countries.
We teach and promote things such as new forms of energy creation and how global warming is progressing. Europe is different from Japan in that it has a lot of landfills. There are people who are stuck in their thinking.
So many people take outsourced research projects on, but don't think about how to implement the results.
I think it will become most interesting after the hype of the recent drive to commercialize green energy settles down.
If you are really doing your job, you should seriously consider a buyout.
You need to find your place in the business ecosystem, and that is what I'm trying to do with my company.
The ecosystem has now been built. So if you choose to participate in it, even your smallest idea can sometimes change the world.
There has been a lot of investment into solar, but there also needs to be investment in renewable energies. They say that Japanese are poor at international negotiations. What other things do you think entrepreneurs are challenged by?
I think the training of people who are sensitive to and can understand the culture and methods of other countries is key.
今後ともよろしくお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。